Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video. This is Mike with Male Collectibles. Today we're going to take a look at the Bad Blood Predator 1/6 scale by Sideshow Collectibles, sculpted by Narin. For you guys who maybe aren't familiar with this, this was a model kit that Narin sculpted years ago. I believe there was 99, if I remember right, but very hard to find now. Just as the kit, and then I'm not sure what year it came out, but Sideshow made the statue that you're looking at, obviously painted as a statue, and I believe there's 1,500 of them. So this video is going to be a little bit different. I've been looking for the Narin, the model kit, for probably a year and a half, 2 years, and I just can't find one. They're very rare. I think the people that have them are not selling them. So I just haven't been able to find the kit. That was my preference. But I was able to find this statue on eBay. My plan was to repaint it because the sculpt and the kit itself is great. And the paint job is not bad. If I had gotten this in good condition, I don't know if I would have had to fully repaint it, but there were some spots I wanted to at least touch up. But so my plan was to do a review on this. I got this thing from eBay, came in a couple days ago. I got it for a decent price because there was already damage to it, but when I got it in, it pretty much was completely destroyed. The guy who sent it, I mean, just didn't package it well at all. These, you guys know probably if you're watching this, these are very fragile. So this thing was in pretty bad shape when I got it. So I'm gonna go through the video. I've fixed up quite a bit of it already just to get it where it can stand on the base and at least kind of be presentable. I still got a lot of work to do before I can start even thinking about the painting process. So I figured I could still make a video though, show you guys kind of what the sculpt is, the damage that was done to it, and then I'm hoping I can fix it up completely and repaint it and kind of turn this into a positive, because when I got it when I was unboxing it, it was pretty, like I said, it's pretty much destroyed, and I didn't even know if I'd be able to get it in decent shape. So like I said, it was pretty disappointing to say the least, but it's been 2 days now. I've got a decent amount of work done on it already, and I'm starting to think like, okay, maybe I can make this a positive experience, and kind of there's going to be things on here I'm going to have to do I've never done before. And I love the kit. I mean, the statue, I want to keep it. It's the concept and everything, the sculpt is incredible. So I'm just going to do the best I can to do justice to the sculpt, the original, because I love the piece. So let's get in. You can see some of the pieces on the right next to the statue, but I'll go through it, show you the statue, show you the work I've already done on it, and kind of a lot more I have to do. And then, like I said, it's going to have to be a full repaint now just because of the damage and everything. But so it's going to be a big project, but I'll do the best I can with it, and hopefully somewhere down the road we'll get a video of the completed piece, and go from there, I guess. But let's take a look at the base. Cool concept, of course. Looks, you got the dead predator, the bad blood, of course. That's the concept, is it's a predator that kills other predators. So this one, you can see, resembles at least the mask and a bit the paint scheme of the Celtic Predator from AVP, the first movie. So you can see, obviously, he's missing an arm right here. It was This pretty clean break. I could glue this back in right now and it's almost seamless. I'm just leaving it off for the painting process, but you can see this is the hand, the piece. He's got the damaged, you know, the wrist blades. So pretty cool. And I had mentioned about repainting this. I don't think the paint job is bad. I mean, this is like I said, I think there's 1,500 of these were made. It's pretty good. I like the color scheme. You know, nothing to complain about. There are spots like you can see under his mask that looks like it's supposed to be battle damage or something. It's, you know, that's definitely a spot where it could be improved. You got the green predator blood that's just really flat, and you know, that's definitely, like I said, I knew even if I got this statue in perfect condition, there were spots like that I was going to touch up because I think it can be improved quite a bit. But if you're, you know, if you have the statue and you don't want to repaint it, I get it, man, because this thing is, you could put it on display and I'd be good with it. And I'm sure a lot of people would be too, otherwise they wouldn't have bought it. So, but you can see on this one, you know, there's a little bit of red paint and stuff. Like I said, I don't know if that's from the guy I bought it from, or if that's from the statue itself. The other thing, just getting into it, every single piece of this statue when I received it, I washed it twice, dusted it. There was like in every crevice on the base and all over the statue, the figure, everything, there was like fur or hair or something. So the guy must have had a dog or a cat, and it's like, I don't know what the hell was going on. It's like if he tried to pack the hair in I'd never seen anything like it. You could see a little bit of damage, like throughout the base. There's, you know, a little bit. You could see some more scuffs. There is a decent sized crack. The base holds up, so it's not, but I'll fill, you know, the seams and all that stuff. I know I'm gonna fill them. So, like I said, there's a lot of work to be done before the painting can be thought about, but I just want to show you guys the concept, the sculpts, and because it is really cool. So the base, I'm going to repaint, like I said, repaint everything, but it's not a terrible amount of work. Then when you move up to the foot, both this right foot, you can see they're not huge. I'm going to fill these seam lines, but all the toes were broken off, so those were pretty clean breaks. I've just glued them in place. Once I get everything else and I'm gonna prime it, I'm gonna see how noticeable those are. It might be hidden with the primer and the paint. If not, I will, you know, fill those little seam lines, but they're not too bad. Moving up here, this is another piece. It was a pretty clean break, but this part that kind of comes off the knee, you can kind of see right here where it was put back together because that piece was broke. Moving up, well, I guess to the other foot, you can see the this toe. All the toes were broke, but the one on the end here on the right was completely missing, or I had to reattach that. Again, pretty clean break. That's an easy fix, not the end of the world. But you can see I think the best part of this to me is the paint job, at least, is on the armor. I do like the metallic, you know, color scheme they went with, like the gunmetal type look with some gold highlights and stuff. Also, the spotting on the leg specifically, like in this thigh area here, not that scar over here is, you know, that's not, I don't think that's well done as far as paint, but you know, you can see the patterns look good. Same thing on the on his other leg here, looks really good. You can see one of these spikes came off. Luckily I found that in the box, or so I'm gonna have to touch up there's a little bit of seam lines right there. This leg was completely broken off, so I got a rod in it and just so I can get him to stand on the base, because even when I got it out, like if you lay this piece down, if you can't stand it up, you're gonna break something else. Even like I had it on a couch cushion, so it was a softer. But if it rolls, if the dreadlocks are gonna come out, there's all these pieces. The axe, you know, this hand, this arm, it's not like you can't take. That's all one piece. So if it rolls, if it moves at all, the dreadlock, something's gonna break on it. So I had to immediately, kind of when I got this thing out of the box, figure out a way to get this leg back in. So I pinned it, it's in place. You can see there is a seam line that I'm gonna have to fill, or a gap. I'm right on it. I mean, it's not that bad in person. You can see it's pretty decent size, but so that'll get filled. You can also see right down here in the middle, his armor piece. This was broken. I knew this was, you know, the seller told me this was broken. That's a clean break, so I'm just going to glue that back into place. I'm just waiting. I'm not going to do that till I paint it, just because it'll be easier to paint with that not in the way. One of the things I did, like with the factory paint job, is one of the parts that was the worst is right up here, like by his left thigh, where it kind of goes in, like where it would go into his hip or whatever. You can see right in here, it's like they painted that like it was cloth, not skin, but you can see that there is skin pattern dotting underneath that. And then they did it a little bit on this side. So that's a weird, you can see where like the cloth starts, and it is a little tricky to see. I mean, I had to look twice myself, but that's one where, again, regardless of any damage to the statue, I'd have to redo that, because it's like they couldn't make up their mind, and they just kind of, you know, did half of each. So that's a spot that needs to be touched up. Obviously you see his hand is missing. That's keyed in. So I'll show you the piece now. Is he's holding the severed predator head. You can see that's where his hand and that keys in. That's fine. It keys right in the wrist on mine. You see the spear coming out of his head is broken off. Again, that was something I knew. The seller told me about that. He said the piece was missing. Because I bought it intending to repaint it and everything, I was going to try my hand at, I'm still going to, at resculpting the spear tip. So again, that's busted, but I knew it was. This is another spot with the paint though. Like this, for me, the predator head here is just way too dark for my taste. And then you see like they have the spots, but then they have like the gray spotting pattern over, and I just, that looks pretty rough to me. It's like they just dabbed it with, you know, paintbrush, or it looks almost like a marker that they just randomly put patterns on. I mean, if you guys, you know, a lot of the predator, like the patterns, there is a way to do it. It's not just completely random. There is kind of a pattern to it on most of them. So, and then I'm missing a dreadlock right there, but that's, again, not the end of the world. So his left arm with the hand missing is also right at this band, broken off. I haven't permanently put it back in place yet, because it does hold pretty good. I am going to key it. Pin it, because it does have to hold that head and spear, and there's some weight to it. And if I put it in right now, this will fall out. So I'm just waiting, because it's going to make the painting process easier. If I can take that arm out, I can get at the piece, you know, the body and the rest of the piece easier. Again, so here's a kind of the mixed bag you get with this one, because I like the dots patterns, but you can see like the chest, stomach area is pretty flat. It does look a little bit kind of plasticky here, as far as the paint goes. So that's an area of, you know, opportunity where I think it can be improved. But then you got the metal pieces are done pretty good. You know, I like the way they're done. So You get a little bit of a mixed bag with this piece, and like I said, I'm okay with that because I can touch it up and like I said, fully repaint this one. But another spot that was a bitch to repair, though, this wrist, the metal on his wrist and part of his arm, you can see the seam line here. If I get real close, I don't want to touch the dreadlocks and stuff and knock something out. But this was in 3 pieces. It was hard to find them, and then get them glued back together was pretty tough because it's hard to get at the spot of the body without touching everything else, and they're very little pieces. So that seam line, now that it's glued, I will fill on the bottom as well. It's tough to see, but there's a bit of one there. And then you can see on the other side, you can see where it's broke off where about the skin. So I'll have to fill that, and then that'll get painted, of course. The axe, same thing, is pretty cool. The blood and stuff, again, opportunity to be repainted better, in my opinion. You can see mine was broke right across, so I re-glued it. But this piece that's coming out, I'll have to fill. I have to fill that little chip. But yeah, this piece from the top down, you can see on the other side too, was busted off. The nice thing is, I think with, if I can get a little bit creative with the paint job, I can hide that better than you see it now. So that one, again, I'm not real concerned about. I'll do the best I can with it. Then you, of course, got the cool face sculpt. The mandible on his top left, you can see, is missing. Again, that was another thing I knew the seller had told me that was missing. So I'm going to try to resculpt one and get it back in there, and then fully repaint the mouth, because that's another area where, like, the teeth and everything can be improved with the paint. So hopefully I can do a good job with that. And then probably the worst part of the paint job for me is the bones on the dreadlocks. These look like white plastic. A lot of the ones on my copy, or my statue, there's white over painted onto the black dreads, so it's pretty obvious. And then, of course, you can see mine is missing some were broke in shipping. And then this other post here, there's a predator skull. Whoops. Here's the other predator skull that is broke off. So I'm gonna have to resculpt that and pin it. That one's gonna be tricky because there does seem to be a piece that's not a clean break. There does seem to be a piece that I'm missing that's not in the box. I looked everywhere. And it's a small spot, so it's gonna be kind of tricky, I think, to put a pin or something in there where it can hold the weight and then resculpt it. I've dabbled with sculpting. I'm not a pro by any means. So, I got my work cut out for me on that. And then, like I said, the dreadlocks, pretty decent. Like I said, I got some damage, but not the end of the world. But I definitely, this is another thing I needed. I knew, regardless of what condition they came in, all these bone pieces on the dreads I had to repaint, because I don't know, that it just looks like white plastic. That's a spot where, I think they should have did a better job on for the statue itself, regardless. But not the end of the world. But so again, guys, sorry, I know this video is going a little bit long. I'm not just trying to bitch about all the broken pieces, but I'm just trying to show you how cool this statue is. And like I said, I got my work cut out for me, but that's okay. I knew I had to do some work on this thing, and like I said, I'm just gonna kind of take it as a challenge and see what I can come up with, and hopefully I'm gonna learn a lot along the way and improve. But regardless, guys, I would say if you get an opportunity at this guy, or the Narin model kit. I think it's, well, I know it's very rare. If you see an opportunity, if you're into this stuff, grab it. This is a very cool piece. I will say I didn't, because of all the work, I didn't get a chance to really put it in. I have other Narin pieces, and it is scaled smaller. This is closer in scale to like a Hot Toys 1/6, where Narin's, at least I have 4 Narin pieces, and they're all, you know, not significantly bigger, but if you put them next to a Hot Toy, you can tell the scale's a little different. So this piece, I don't know if Sideshow, if they downscaled it at all, or I've heard some of Narin's older pieces are, like his newer pieces are scaled up a bit. I don't have any of the older pieces. I've been looking for them, but they're hard to find, so I can't say for sure. But this does seem to be a little bit smaller than his newer pieces, at least the ones that I have, and maybe a little bit closer to like a Hot Toys. But anyway, guys, I'm going to cut it short because this one's going pretty long. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to have more Narin pieces. Almost done building the Aboriginal right now. Really cool piece. So just got to do the dreads, and then that'll be done. But I got a couple more of those coming. Some Hot Toy. I recently finished repainting the Wolf Predator 2.0. So that'll be coming. And I do have a really cool custom Batman 1/6 scale that just came in not long ago. So that might be the next review coming. So if you're into any of that stuff, stay tuned for the next couple videos. Again, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.